Good evening, this is Cab, here to drive you crazy. So I just want to make a video right now on my personal review of the new album Song Machine by Gorillaz. Gorillaz has been a favorite band of mine since they basically first came out, and I've been anticipating to hear this album since the first music video had dropped back in January. So for me, I just wanted to share a little bit about this album and give my personal review on each song. So without further ado, this is Song Machine. So the very first one is called Strange Times. To me, this one was a big standout when the first music video was released. I didn't have a big appreciation for it, but it eventually pretty much caught up on to me in a way that I could say I would listen to it. Maybe if it came on and had the choice to skip, I probably might, but not necessarily something I would always say I would. So for this song, I would give it a 7 out of 10. The very next song is called The Valley of the Pagans. This song is a very highly talked about song since it got released, and it is a very highly anticipated for it being the next music video that Gorillaz will drop. So for me, this one is a very popular song, and for all the reasons, it is an amazing song. A solid 10 out of 10 for this song on this album. No one would disagree to that. The very next song, The Lost Chord. This song is a very nice melody-based song. I love the chorus on this one. I love just all the singing in this song because you just feel the vibe of this song and appreciate it in a very high sense. That's why I give The Last Chord a good 9 out of 10. The very next song, my personal favorite song on the album right now, Pac-Man. Ever since that music video dropped, I can't help but just listen to it, sing along to it, just get way into the song. But so much so, that's what made me love the song that much more, and what makes me continue loving this band. So again, with this one, another solid 10 out of 10. Very next song, The Chalk Tablet Towers. This one kind of caught me off guard, especially when they had just released the lyric video not too long ago, and I got to pick up on a lot of the other things I kind of missed on the song, especially lyrically wise, but I appreciate this song. I like listening to it. I wouldn't say it's a song I would consider skipping at all anytime, but I would only give this one maybe an 8 out of 10 because the appreciation for me is high, but at the same time, I wouldn't say it's one I would recommend off as like a Gorillaz song to interest people. Very next song, The Pink Phantom, and I can't stress this enough to say how amazing is it to know that Gorillaz got Elton John to sing a song. I mean, how many collaborations that Gorillaz has done, this by far has to be the biggest song. And it's another song that I would say, for me, I give it only a 9.5 out of 10, just because the auto-tune rapping is something that caught on to me. But when you have 2D and Elton John just playing piano, and then it's just, a random auto-tune rapper in it, it kind of makes it a little off-putting, but at the same time, it's never a song I'm gonna skip. So for that song, again, 9 out of 10, or 9.5 out of 10, excuse me. Next song is Aries. This music video as well, I love the guitar instrumental in this. The guitar instrumental for me is what sells me the most, and then just to have that beautiful form of 2D singing in this song catches my attention all the time. That one, again, I will give a very solid 9 out of 10 out of the appreciation for the song. The very next song is called Friday the 13th. And this one, when the music video got dropped, I almost didn't appreciate it as much just because it was a mumble rapper. And I had a hard time understanding all the words he was saying. It was a good beat. It was a good flow. 2D is only in there to say it's a beautiful day a couple of times during the song, and it's not the worst song, but at the exact same time, I would probably only give Friday the 13th a 7 out of 10. The next song, Dead Butterflies. This song caught me off guard, since this one, I would say, is probably my favorite from the songs that wasn't already previously released. Has a great melody, has amazing singing. The chorus you would follow along to very easily, very well. And this one I would give another 9 out of 10 on my appreciation for this song. Very next song, Désolé. This one, when this music video came out, I actually didn't listen to it as much. It probably was only one I listened to 2 or 3 times, because it was, in a different language that I didn't understand all the words. So it kind of has that weird feel for the appreciation if you want to have a lyrical sense of it. But after just listening to it more and more, you hear the appreciation of the instruments again, which is why Gorillaz has always been a big standout, because they know how to have so many different genres and just blend it all together, and it makes it so much better. So for me, after listening to Désolé a few more times, I will give it at least an 8 out of 10, because you can listen to it and just appreciate the song without necessarily caring about understanding all the lyrics. Very next one is Momentary Bliss, and that was the very first the very first song off the album that they made as a music video, and that one caught on to me, especially where you go in from a soft melody and then go into the rap and then go into 2D's versions and then go back to the rap and then go back to the melody, and then it just perfectly blends on what the message of the song is supposed to be. But again, it didn't stick to me as well when I first heard it, and that's why I will only give this one a 7.5 out of 10. But again, probably a song I won't choose to skip, because I do appreciate this song a lot more now. The very next song is Opium, I believe is how this one is pronounced. And this one I will say is probably one of my least appreciated songs, because I didn't like the consistent intro music that it was making for that one, that it kind of caught me off guard. But then when you get into the singing part of it, then that's when you're like, okay, this is actually vibing. I can listen to this one a lot better without thinking that I'm concerned about, the instrumental beginning kind of caught me off. But then this one will say it made me feel a little bit more appreciated to the song. But again, this would be a song I would skip. That's why I'm only going to give this one a 5.5 out of 10. Next one is Simplicity. This one is another one that I'll say is not on my higher side of it, but I do like listening to this one. It has a very easy flow vibe kind of song melody to it, and the singing is just what you just put on just to listen and appreciate for the song. But for this one, I will only give this one again maybe only like a 6.5 out of 10, because if you're willing to listen to it and you're in the mood to listen to it, that's good. But this one would probably be one you might skip as well. The next one is Severed Heads. This one I don't have too much to talk about. I like listening to it. I like the song itself, but this one also, to me, it doesn't stick to me as well. I, again, will have no problem listening to it, but it is another one that I'll say I'll skip if I had the choice, but I do like the song. And that's why I give this one actually a 7 out of 10 as well. The next song, With Love to an Ex, is probably my least favorite off the album, just because it is not a song I can relate to that well. I don't want to make any stupid kind of comments about it, but I do not like the chorus. It does not stick to me. It does say the N word, and not to make that like a whole reason to hate it, but it just doesn't give me that vibe to appreciate it. That doesn't mean that everyone else couldn't have a reason to appreciate it or listen to it. And obviously, again, because it does have a different language that's spoken in most of it, it does have a hard time to have an appreciation for it. So that's why, unfortunately, for this song, I will only give it a 3.5. I will listen to it if it's on a consistent run through the entire album, but it's not one that I'm like, oh yeah, I want to listen to that one now. Next song is MLS. This one, I like the rapping inside of this song. I like how they go between the guy and the girl's versions between the song, and it is very catchy. I don't have no problem to say that it's not catchy, because I do like listening to this song. This one is probably, again, another unappreciated song that is probably not being talked about that much amongst all the other Gorillaz fans because of all the other songs on this album. But this one, again, I'll probably give this one another like 6 out of 10, because you like to listen to it, you can vibe to it, but you may not have the direct or immediate connection to the song unless you are just feeling it. And last song on this album is called How Far. This one was actually one that was posted on their YouTube channel that was right between one of the episodes that kind of caught me off guard, because I was like, wow, just a random featured song that I didn't think was going to be a part of the album. Eventually found out that it was. That's why, to me, this song kind of reminded me of this song called Garage or Garbage Palace, and that song was supposed to be on the Now, but never actually probably got onto the album itself. But it is what it is, and for this song, I actually like listening to this song since I heard it originally from YouTube, and actually still like this song when I get to hear it on the album, and that's why I give this song a solid 8 out of 10 as well. And that's pretty much all I have to share about this album. I would recommend this album to anyone who is probably just trying to look for, new music to listen to, because that's just the beautiful thing with Gorillaz. They do not stick to one genre. They like to feature their rock sense of music. They do feature a lot of hip hop to rapping, and then they can just intertwine with all these different kind of genres that just makes people say, you can't say that this group is only a one genre group, because that's the beauty of Gorillaz. They make music. I can make a whole lot of statements to say what they could or should be. A lot of people just say that they are alternative because of what they are, but at the same time, as far as I'm concerned, Gorillaz is music. And that's my appreciation, and that's why this has been one of my favorite groups since they first released their albums back in 2001. I was only 10 years old to appreciate that. And for this album to come out now, 2020, it honestly makes my life just that much more happier, knowing that with everything that has gone on through this year, this album is really helping out a lot of people trying to, get through the still hard times that we have with, the virus and everything that's going on still. But that's pretty much all I have to share right now about this album. And if you do like this video, please drop that like. Please leave a comment to let me know if you do agree with some of the stuff that I was talking about for the songs. If you want to share your own personal opinion on why you feel like some songs should have been at a higher ranking, please. I would love to hear it, because that's what music's all about, getting to build that relationship with a whole lot of new people. Thank you again for watching. I am Cab, and I'm here to drive you crazy. Thank you. God bless. Take care. And aloha.